listeners and viewers, ANC members and the people of Gauteng. We are convening this press conference post our PEC meeting, which was held on the 7th and 8th August. The PEC started its meeting with the address by the president of the ANC. We had an engagement with the president, something that members felt was a rare opportunity, and we were excited to spend the whole day with the president. And basically the focus on the input of the president was on the global and domestic balance of forces and the task of renewing the ANC. We started by paying tribute to the late Istwalandwe Ndate John Nkadime, a stalwart, a leader of the working class, who remains the finest sons of our motherland. And we say to the Nkadime, to the working class leadership, the Communist Party and all the people of South Africa, farewell to the old man. We convene in this meeting today on the 9th of August, historically to celebrate and commemorate the National Women's Day, and soon we will be attending various events planned for this day. However, we commemorate this day knowing very well that women continue to bear a brand of poverty, unemployment and inequality, and again continue to suffer in the spite of gender-based violence. And we wish to call upon all those who intend or those who are abusing women in whatever form to find a way to talk to their hearts, and that it is enough. It's enough, and we've got to change behavior, all of us, men and women, men in particular, to ensure that our women enjoy the benefits of freedom and democracy like everybody else. The president gave an extensive input on the global and national balance of forces, reflecting on major developments in the world, in the continent as well as our country. The president further outlined the role of South Africa under the leadership of the ANC in response against the existential threat of COVID-19 globally and in our continent. He also indicated that a lot of work lies ahead with regard to reconstruction of our economy in order to build a new and more inclusive economy for all. The president emphasized that the ANC can only fulfill its historical mission when it is united and when it serves the people of our country with integrity. Having engaged with the president, the PEC agreed that the ANC and government must act with necessary agency and decisiveness to confront all these challenges and restore public confidence in our movement as the leader of society and the agent of change. Having engaged with the president left the meeting, and the next day the focus was on the reconstruction of the Gauteng economy and the Integrity Committee reports. On the economy, the PEC noted the COVID-19 pandemic has created shocks in the global and local markets, an environment when global economy is contracting and posing fundamental negative growth patterns. Further noted that locally the pandemic afflicted in South Africa's economy that was already sluggish and on the downside threat over the last 10 years with fiscal deficit, a growing national debt, jobless growth, unemployment of close to 30%, negative credit rates, low levels of investment, and persisting colonial and apartheid patterns of wealth distribution and ownership. In the main, the economic distribution and recovery plan will be counter-cyclical, infrastructure-led, supported by immediate action-anchored interventions in the productive sector of the economy. So basically, the PEC acknowledged that there's been interventions, there have been some strategies developed, but the biggest problem remains the implementation phase. And we have agreed that we need to emphasize on the implementation and the interventions that needs to be done. We reaffirm our conference resolution for the South African Reserve Bank to be owned by the State of South Africa, with an amended mandate to focus on employment creation and development. The PEC also welcomed the proposal on setting up the Presidential Infrastructure Development Agency, which must play a leading and active role in the identification, structuring, implementation and monitoring of infrastructure projects. Furthermore, that the local government, as the front line of service delivery, has a critical role through the district development model. The recovery should also seek to bring people closer to economic activities through integrated settlements and accelerated of the land release program to effect land distribution. The PEC meeting reaffirmed the growing Gauteng Together 2030, which emphasizes restructuring of the economy through transformation, reindustrialization and modernization. This must remain the spirit of Gauteng's economy recovery plan as we have negative situation because of the COVID-19. Then we moved to the integrity. As we all know, that the ANC has established the integrity committee in the province, and time and again when they embark on a task or when we've referred comrades, they do come back to the PEC with the report, and this was a normal report. One of the outstanding reports was the issue as it relates to Comrade Geoff Makhubo, the chairperson of the Johannesburg region of the ANC and the executive mayor of Johannesburg Council. The meeting received a report from the PIC about the investigation into allegations of impropriety and conflict of interest against Comrade Geoff Makhubo. After extensive interviews and examination of the evidence before it, the PIC cleared Comrade Geoff of any conflict of interest. The PEC deliberated extensively on the report and decided to accept the findings and the recommendations of the PIC report. Furthermore, the PEC had to deal with the PIC report on the investment on municipal accounts into vendor building society known as VBS. The meeting also took a final decision on the findings of the PIC in the investment of municipal funds into vendor building society by Western District Municipality and Merafong Local Municipality. The PIC findings is that although they could not establish that the two mayors were involved in any acts of corruption, the PIC recommends that Comrade Boysie Maneli and Comrade Maphefo Mogale-Letsie should be held accountable for failure to take action against officials. Accordingly, they should step down from the position to which they are elected. The PEC deliberated extensively on the report and decided to accept the findings and the recommendations of the PIC. Accordingly, Comrade Maphefo Mogale-Letsie will step down as the executive mayor of Merafong Local Municipality, and Comrade Boysie Maneli will step down as Member of Parliament. Furthermore, we have noted that we are in an era of fake news and smear campaigns. The PEC welcomed the decision of Comrade Mbali Hlophe to open a case against someone who was peddling lies about her on social media. The person alleged that Comrade Mbali Hlophe was a director of a company that benefited from COVID-19 procurement, and that she resigned 10 days before the said company was awarded a multi-million rands contract. Furthermore, the PEC welcomed and applauded the Provincial Secretary for opening a case against Mr. Herman Mashaba for refusing to formally apologize to the Matsena family and the ANC as an organization after he peddled lies about the ANC on the social media. On condolences, the PEC note that people generally are departing because of COVID and other related illnesses. We lower our banners to the passing away of Comrade Senzo Hlongwane, Comrades Piwe Bongo, and many other revolutionaries whom we are losing in the recent time. We also pay our respect to Dr. Mulifi, a great man of God who has also passed. And we join South Africans and Gauteng people in particular in a call to ensure that we continue to wear masks, we continue to sanitize, we continue with social distance, we protect ourselves and protect those who are close to us to ensure that we avoid the spread of the disease. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Secretary. There is the decisions of the Provincial Executive Committee of Gauteng as it pertains to the issues the Secretary has already indicated. We'll go to a session of question and answers, and then immediately after the responses, I'm sure we can then go and go to our different engagements. So I'll just take hands for the session, and then we move. I see Malungelo Boy's hand is up. Is it up?
Yes.
Okay. So you will start, and then you will follow. In that order.
My name is Malungelo Boy from Newsroom Africa SG. So regarding the BDS matter, you've told them to step down. Are they stepping down as a measure of urgency, as in when business opens on Tuesday, when municipalities opens on Tuesday, will they not be in office? And you've taken that decision on these two particular individuals, but what happens to the other people? In some of these investments, there were council meetings that took place, and these decisions were also taken in these houses. What happens to the others who participated in making sure that these investments, even though they knew that they were illegal and wrong, proceed? What happens to the rest of the people? I see it's all good and fair to take a decision on these other individuals, but what about the rest? Thank you.
Chief, you killed me. You took all my questions. But nevertheless, Ellen and CD Eyewitness News. Piers, do you know your committee's view with regard to the latest report regarding the Secretary General of the ANC, Mr. Isma Khashoggi? We are hearing that he has been quoted as saying, ANC members have done business with government. And just secondly, still on that, is it a norm, or would you discourage your members to be doing business with government? We have seen allegations against DCOs and as well as the health agency in Gauteng.
Okay, thank you very much. Piers?
The Malungelo, perhaps it's also not a bad idea to call me SG.
Sorry about
It may not necessarily be a bad idea, but I'm the PS. The SG, it's the Demachashule. We were dealing with the matter of political accountability. And in this respect, we hold the mayors accountable. In fact, even the laws of local government, from the Structures Act to the Municipal Act, does hold the executive mayors accountable. And the ruling of the PIC is that it should have been them who execute that oversight on the rest, and the failure to do so allows the party to take necessary action. But we also welcome the work done by the law enforcement agency, and that there are people who are being arrested, there are officials who are being arrested, and we hope that those cases will be processed with necessary speed. So in the province, we were actually dealing with the two matters. If there are other many people you may know, we would be glad to get their names. But for now, we're dealing with the two executive mayors of the district, Western District Municipality, and of the Merafong Municipality. The SG is quite capable to explain himself on the statement made. What we are discussing in the province, it's in the event where there is unfair due process, and that people get jobs because of proximity and not because of following procedures, we think that is wrong. Irrespective of who you are, if all of us must run 10Ks to lose weight, we must all run 10Ks to lose weight. And it should be not because you have a family member or you are related to this one that you get preference. So it's about the processes more than the people. And that is the attitude of the province as it relates to doing government, doing work with government, is that people must follow all processes. And what is good with all processes is that there is where it includes the disclosure form, and where a company must disclose its relationship with the officials of government and with the leadership of the institution. And once such a declaration has been done, that tender, it should be processed in a manner that everybody who decides on it knows that there's a disclosure in this regard. So for us, it's about respecting the protocols of procurement. It's about honesty, and it's about a fair process for everybody. That's how we relate to the matter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Comrade PS. I see there's a agitation probably from what you just said. So we'll take you so that you have your follow-up, and then I'm sure we'll be done. You can come in.
PS, I mean, as the province, would you discourage your wife, your child, or your uncle to do business with government, taking into account the allegations pertaining to the decoys?
Okay. Thank you so much. No problem.
As I said, it is not much about what one leader would advise his or her family to do. It's about following the law. It's about following the procedure. If the law requires you to declare your relationship with any of the officials, you should do so. If the law requires us to put credible application to do work, we should do so. But we will, of course, as a province, discourage those who are in positions of authority, particularly in their space, we will of course discourage, because it doesn't look good. But it doesn't mean there is a rule that completely disallow. So in essence, if everything is done according to procedure, it shouldn't be crime to be related to the leadership. If things are done properly, it shouldn't be. Because if that's the case, why would our children celebrate to be our children? So why would be our husband and our wife celebrate to be in love with us if it's a crime? But things must be done in a fair way and discourage in your space as a leader, because there grounds of conflict of interest are possible. So that would be how we treat this matter.
No, thank you, Nopala. In closing, colleagues, we want to make a request to all media houses, both print and electronic, that let's give the PIC space to deal with the issue of COVID-19 procurement processes. Stop calling, asking for interviews, wanting to know what's happening, and so on and so forth. Let's give them space. Let them do their work independently, outside any influence. And as soon as the report has been processed by the Provincial Executive Committee, we will then call this type of a meeting where we are going to account to the people of Gauteng as to what is the decision of the PC. What we are asking is that as of tomorrow, the Provincial Integrity Commission will kickstart its process. Give it space, give it chance to conclude its business. Don't call and asking for an interview. You want to check how far they are, who are they talking to. It's not our business, it's not our space. Give them that chance. Once they are done, they will indicate to the provincial secretary. They will do the normal process that they do with the provincial secretary. The secretary will take the process to do according to the way the ANC does its business until it gets to the PEC, until we come here and account to the people of Gauteng. With those few words, we thank you so much for your time. And please continue holding the ANC in Gauteng accountable, especially on the issues that pertain to the people of Gauteng. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Your PPE.
They might not have switched off the mic.
Oh, thank you.